I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is August 7th, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day, so take a look. So Thursday, you're probably going to have sometimes a reversal profile. Doesn't mean it's the reverse of the week, but it just means a pullback. We're talking about coming below the open of the day. And yesterday, dude, I mentioned this. This is a little bit elaborate or a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Exaggerated, but the point is if it's not going to just sell from above there, it's going to sell underneath. We came right to this gap right here, that open of that 1 hour candle. You'll take a look. It's off by a tick. Then we sell off, baby. Come right back in. Now we're into this 4 hour, this 1 hour imbalance right now. On a 4 hour, we were pushing up and creating the imbalance so then we can come back and reverse around 10 o'clock. And then that was the simple flow. Did we get that, guys? Did we get that kind of flow? Yeah. Looks very close. So we push up. We made the video here. So pushing up here into look at the open of this candle. This 1 minute, this 1 hour candle. Open is 671 and a quarter, and then the high of this today of our session. The high is 671 even. It's off by a tick, guys. So we were pushing up. We did a little speaker here. You get that. It's very common with these tops right here. And pulling back in, for a breakout level and some imbalance. And that's pretty much it. You can see I got this is only on the 1 hour I'm projecting. Well, actually, no, you'll see it on the smaller time frame. Come right into the 2 to 2.5. I was already out by here. And I caught that bitch, baby. So I was already out, sealed the opening range gap. This is a 4 hour imbalance. And we were sealing that. You'll see how we use it as resistance, push down, and then now we're kind of pushing back up. Not involved in anything after London close today. Let's go right into the fire, or even London open. I'm sorry. London, the beginning of London close. But you can see here, we start speakering out here, right? You see that? So it's just a shakeout. But the logic is we're above the 2, we get above the 2 standard plus deviation. We raid a high. And then we get into this projection. You can see it I have it here on a 1 hour really, but just so you can see. I didn't have all this marked right yesterday. But I got to start doing that more when I do the video, but do the work, right? 2 to 2.5. We're already pushing up into that. I'm not buying up here. So opening range gap, you can see the settlements right here. Settlements right here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Right by. Oh, look how I do this. I mean, you're gonna see some fire, bro. This shit is like art, man. But you can see I have this extreme. I'd love to come here, but time might not permit it for me. Next area below is here. We have the quadrant of that gap. Look how we came into that gap. Look at 3.5 to 4. I said that in yesterday's video. I'm sure you're paying attention, right? We came in. We're using it here. 25, 50. We'll push through. So me coming down for this sell, I'm looking for. If I show you the example that I already drew in yesterday's video, you see that I'm now trying to do the retrace. I mean, time permits only for me to catch that retrace. As far as the buy goes, might not be in that window. That's fine. I'm only trying to fuck around between 9 and 11 o'clock anyway. But you'll see on the 4 hour, I got the highlighted right there up top left with the imbalance in this blue. There's only 3 boxes here. You got this right here. You got the gap, and then you have the opening range gap. The open right there. Now watch. Look how the flow comes in. What's it called? Besides, that's a breakout area. We already in the 2 to 2.5. I got this measured from this swing. This is a speaker. So speaker here. You can see it over here. It's better on if I move over. But you'll see that we raid up here. Look at me catching that top. This is very intentional. Even though it's pushing up, it's a fake pump. I know that this is going to come down to get into this area. Look, and this is me being even fair, all right? What's my minimum target? Well, we'll talk about these levels. You see this 25%. Why am I focused on this 25%? It's the 50% of that 4 hour imbalance. Okay, it could buy from here or not. Look at the last down 4 hour candle right there. That's also a possible support. I don't know if it's going to keep buying from here or not. We don't know if this is going to be a 50 play and go up. I'm not, there's a lot of room down here for breakout. So the way I managed is, this is the conversation, right? You see that 50%. So I know we come to it here and then we sell through it, and it's algorithmic flow. Where's the algorithmic flow? If the levels are right in front of you. Notice how we came up into this gap. A little short. I told you about that, right? So, um, um, so X marks the spot there. Wick little boner candle. Look at this candle. I'm buying in an extreme push up bullish candle. They rated it here. Yeah, I'm catching some of these losses. I'm trying to snag it. Don't let me make sure you don't understand. I'm able to still try to catch this. I want to see this play out. Come underneath here, break here, and then start underneath the first imbalance like it's working there. I want to see it stay. It doesn't stay. You come up here and you get a bull flag. So, hey, listen, we know that it's going to raid. I'm okay with taking these shots and losses because I know I'm going to catch this bitch where I'm going. So, guess what? Price raids again. Little bull flag. Miniature one, and then boom, they put the hammer candle. I'm buying in that hammer candle. Oh, what time is that candle? It is 10 o'clock on the head. The new 4-hour candle opened, right? So this is best to, this is the reason why sometimes I'll trade at 8:30 on Thursdays and Fridays, right? If it's a big mover. But if it's dumb and stupid and from, not really a big deal, guess what? I don't really want to be involved. I want to not take a trade before 9 o'clock for sure, but really 9:50, because that macro is going to kick in and then it's going to do its work. But in the opening range of 9:30 to 10, it's fucking sloppy. And I got bit many times trying to fucking sell this bitch. But, what I'm doing is I'm snipering wicks. I'm in the candles. You know what I'm saying? So even when I take my losses, they're very small. I'm okay with it because I know what my rewards are. My moves my moves are at least, I don't, 20 some X, but the logic is that the range of what I'm trying to reach is on the larger side, right? Look, I wanted to come in here. You'll see it. So you see the shift. This is 1 and 1.5. So I'm. What's the next area of interest? I got this area right here. It's the top half of the gap. It's that breakout area to right there. I have the 50%, which is the opening range, 50% gap. You can see it's the top 25% and the low of that 4-hour imbalance. Look how those three levels are right there. I'm circling them, right? So I know we're coming here because it's very obvious. Number one, number two, they're all stacked and sealing this. Okay, and we'll use this as resistance to get down in a second. I'm just explaining these areas, and then you have the midnight level right here. Midnight level that goes through, that's the midnight level. That's all that's on the chart. So now I'm going to jump in real quick. Okay, so this fails on me, obviously. Okay, fails and pops up again. I'm trying to grab this bitch and I catch him right here. Pushes down. I'm expecting this to invert. So we break down into here. We pop right into what? That wick. Bink, sells right from it. I've mentioned this before. We want to exactly see that fucking candle reject from these opens here. Okay, I don't even want it to come to 50% or test that. Okay, I'm talking too much now. I'm gonna get irritated, but right here sells right from it. See that? Boom, comes down to the first imbalance here, comes down here, comes up, tags that. There's a 5-minute bearish imbalance right here. I don't have it highlighted, but I did mention this one. What am I showing here? Tapping the underneath that inversion. You mark your chart right, comes into 9:30. Obviously we broke through to 9:30, right? So we come in and then boom, we use that 50% right there of the first opening imbalance right there. Boom, we sell off. Look at the structure, man. Look at the structure. So we're coming down here, came to the 25. Why is that minimum? Because that's 50% of that as well. We play around, we jump in. This is a 5-minute imbalance. It's playing around here. It's doing some drives to catch you from trying to sell it. That was a breakout area. Try to get as close as it can. It's just a little pullback. Boom, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we're going to get the structure down here. You can see us, boom, right there underneath. Oop, bodies stay right there, save the trade. and we keep going down. Boom, keeps coming down. Now I'm coming into the breakout area of this right here I talked about, and I want to hit this 50. This is my goal. I know we might come down here, but I'm not banking on it. It's already 11:14. My day is done. I'm not trying to fuck around. What's the minimum goal? Trying to get to that. Here's the proof. I'll show you in a second. Look at the body sitting in that one. It reaches. You can a fake trend line here. I'll show you in a second. Fake trend line right there. It's respecting all the in between trend line. You'll see that in between highs is all getting rated. The external, you'll see it. Very simple, very clean, but watch the next level. All right. Look what I do just to be fucking petty. I got squeezed out right here at 11:14 and 52 seconds. Boom. I take the 11 was that the 14? So it was 14. Then the 15. Yeah, so I catch the 15 minute, the 11:15 to snipe it right to the fucking 50%, like I told you I'm trying to do. That is very specific. I'm clowning. Guess what it does? It rips up. Don't even get a chance to really. I can't even move the stop. I'm trying to do this shit so quick. The next candle just opened up, buddy. 16:01. And what does it do? This is algorithmic. You're gonna see it. Levels are all still in the chart. Oh my goodness. Boom. Popped up. Where did it go? It came back to the 25%. We were at the 50 and we just bounced from it. Could I have bought that? Sure. I'm not trying to do that. I am bullish, but I can see it easily coming in here, right? And I'm not going to spend all day trying to buy it when it happens in the PM session. So the day is done. These are logical decisions, right? What did I do? I'm selling it specifically from that level. And by the way, that's now inverted from this bullish 4 hour. You can see on the other side, we're using it as resistance. Man, let me tell you, this is just as beautiful as it gets. What am I doing? I'm trying to be done. What am I doing? I'm taking a right to this low. My next level is this midnight level. All right, and what's this midnight level? This is a new circle I'm highlighting. What am I doing here? What am I trying to do here? Well, midnight level, but what is it? What's right there? 50% of that gap. So you take a look. I'm circling that. I'm doing this. That's what I'm trying to get into this area. What's above that low? Why is that important? Because that's a liquidity low. I'm trying to rate it. I'm trying to get another leg down, right? I would love for it to just sink. Does it? No. It fucking plays around the rest of the way down. You see this? This is not coincidence. So, what did the rest of the day look like? As you already know. Look at this, baby. Look at that fucking beautiful move. So, what's the whole goal here? You got 1 on 1.5. We came in. Okay? That's why I'm circling this. I'm sorry. That's why I should have said it earlier. That's why I was circling the circle here. Because the 25% right there of the gap and the -1. I want to tap that. Look how it taps it right here. Comes back up. I didn't want to move this over because it would just be way too many lines. But just so you can see it, this 50%, if you were watching the flow, all right, the trade is done here. Comes up to 50% of here, and the up candle stays strong the whole time. I can draw lines, but I don't need to. Look, these are all lower highs here. But look how they raid the internal liquidity. This internal shit. All right, this internal shit. If I move this trend line, wow, he's got a trend line on his chart. Oh my God, he's crazy. No, look. In between are these little liquidity highs. We rate them. That's the sell. That's your lower high. Liquidity inside. Boom, lower high. Liquidity inside. Lower high. Liquidity inside. Lower high. Using the outside, this is where the sells are. See that? I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna keep moving it. See that? These highs. See that? Keep following me. See that? Raise sells from the 50% right there. Boom, runs for it. Pops all the way back. Where? Right back into the area that we were talking about here. That's that 50%. Look how we're flipping the script, right? Boom. I couldn't believe how amazing it was, even though it was shitty delivery at the same time. But you can see, look at this. Continue it. Look at this. It's a sell program. This is not buyers and sellers, dude. Look, this is a program. Motherfucker. And there's that buy. I'm not involved. It's 4 o'clock, dude. Look at this. Sells again. Right? From where? Look. Then, after all this shit, and God forbid if you was there trying to buy any of this, okay, what do we do to the left of the chart? Well, remember, we came into this 2 to 2.5. We have sell models here. See this? See this liquidity? See this guy here? See this guy here? Where did they take? They came down here. Into that little imbalance right there. That guy right there got fucked right there, right? Shake out. Speaker. So up, down, up 2, down 2, right? Almost. Doesn't hit it though. Point is that that's the logic of what's happening here. With the side note of we had divergence. Well, at the shakeout of the, in the 10 o'clock candle, we had a higher high here, clear lower highs here, and I was originally trying to sell it from here, which was fine. Why? Because at the time we had a lower high here with S&P, right? And I was like, all right, and Dow had already took out at 9:30 as well. So, and then when we came down right here, we had did I draw that right? I was thinking of something. Maybe that one didn't. Well, I drew it on the wrong one, did I? Yeah, it was on the wrong one. I was moving fast. I'd be moving fast. I'd be trying to move fast. And let me tell you, bro, I was like, war. But same time, whatever. So this needs to be deleted. All right. And then that pushed it up again. Right. And then when it came up here, that's when I sold again. Right. Because now we were now going to flow and expand. Because when we count the moves of that top, all right, it finally, for example, if you just count it, this move. So let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth is the one that's going to extend. That's your retracement. And then by the time it's down here, move 5 is going to go up. So it's coming back to a mean reversion, taking out 50% of that whole range. And plus we came from this low to this high, probably a 50% of that range as well. So could I have kept this that simple and kept trading? Yes. But is it out my time window or my comfort zone? Yes. Not fucking with them, but that's pretty beautiful right there, right? So we came to the 50, and then if you do another 50, you'll obviously see that from this high to this low is above 50. See that? That's the 50 right there. See that? And we came right here. So pretty easy logic, pretty easy movement at the same time. Just kind of took too long, but I was trying to sell into the London close. Might see a retracement there. I'm not trying to find out either. Not giving out no back profit. Fuck all that. But this is pretty spot on. And if we kept it all simple, your man's drew the shit yesterday. Yeah, this is a little bit, too zoomed in and fucked around. But I was probably too zoomed in. But the point of it is making a new high and retracing for a higher low and then buying back up. And where was I a part of that? I was not a part of any of the buy. I was a part of the sell. And I was not a part of the final sell, and I wasn't a part of the buy. And guess what? I don't care. And that's how you do it. I mean, again, I could have held it, man, but and the little thing behind your the little voice in your head will tell you like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Right? Anyway, you can see that same type of flow here with dollar. So and then look at these. Sorry. So and then as you see, I actually wanted the flow of S&P more, even though it's still ugly. I wanted them to already be down here. We just got ready with not. But the logic is still where is the price getting drawn to, which is obviously these buyers right here. Breakout level, simple, coming back up here. Now, when I used to stay longer in the charts, I'd be able to catch something like this, right? Because I understand its extent. I understand that they want to come and get some of these guys. But with it being August and, like the shit I be telling you, man, it's just, it is what it is, man. Dow came down hard more, took out the previous 2-day lows. Check that guy again. Now we're here. This is typical, now really you're running out of ideas soon. So popped up to wipe out sellers, came down to wipe out buyers. Obviously the next move would be to push up to wipe out sellers here and here. That would be the logical thing, unless it's really heavy. And if you've been watching my examples, they've been coming down and we would raid another time. I don't know about that. So I'm playing it smooth the way I'm playing it. But pretty easy, and also why I said I wanted us to be trading like S&P and Dow is because they came immediately inside and sealed their opening range gap, and they weren't doing that for us. So that was time distortion, and it works. But I'm aware of it, but it works. And I was getting frustrated. That's why I was like at the 50, like they were already down here. And when we were down here, we were at the 50. So I was like playing that area like safe. And I was like, what if we divert and we make a higher low? I'm not going to even find out. But sure enough, I was right the whole fucking time. Right. And those little things, they annoy me and they bother me a little bit. But I also have to remember that it is what it is. Right. And, I don't let it bother me. But if I held it, we would have came down to where I talked about, you know what I'm saying? And even lower because of the 2 to 2.5. But, it's like, whenever you're going to stop. But I think I've said enough, right? So S&P retraced back into the buyers. And now we're sitting here. They're popping back up. All right, so NVIDIA was some of that picture. Majors were doing similar things, but again, what I wanted to see with us faster, and we're pushing up hard now at the end of the day, as they usually fucking do, because I'm not going to sit here all day. Can I? Let me tell you something, man. It's not healthy too, in my opinion. And plus, you just don't. I'm overstaying my welcome after something like this. Is really what I'm trying to say, but. Pretty nice, man. And also, by the way, I was actually really waiting for us on the 15-minute oversold to get closer. We had a lot of room. On the 5-minute, we were starting to hit this oversold on this area. So I left it alone. But the 1 minute, if you look at the 1 minute, they were on some bullshit right here. Look at this. All this. I haven't seen price movement in the RSI in the 1 minute like this in a long time. If I had to think about it, maybe 6 months, a year, I don't know, however long it was. But it's been a long time since you don't see no overbought and oversold. You don't see it anywhere here, right? And they're fucking funking around. So, and you get one right here, right? And then, anyways, the point is that there was the 30-minute I was looking at as well. And I'm going to show you the 30-minute. I should have just stuck with what I believed in, and I just played it safe. I really knew I was waiting for this. Look at the 30-minute, bro. The 30-minute has been serious, sick with it. But I was like, when we were up here, I was like, dude, I'm just let it hold, bro. Go ahead and hold it for these low, because you can see it coming down. And I understand the Asia range and this, but dude, I played it just safe. There was just no other way to. How else I can even explain it? I just played it safe and didn't want to trade anymore. And you can see that, they made they almost made an all-time high, and they came underneath, they snagged these fucking guys. Look at this shit. Didn't take him, and then retraced back in for the, we got a lot of people that want to buy right here. You know what I'm saying? Right there. These three additions. These are also, obviously scaling in positions or, pyramid positions, but the goal is what I was drawing, a little, again, too much, but coming up, come down, and come back up. And that's, man, I've been calling the market for a minute. I'm tired. be honest with you. I already need a vacation, um, but you see, you're like, oh, dude, you got a trend line. Why? Well, what's so funny is that if you added a little trend line, you'd be doing so much. Unless you weren't so fucking gung ho about every line, every area. But I mean, even with this, look at that candle. Look at the 253. You got retail traders that they're catering to. Trust me, they're catering to retail traders. They want people to make money. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it like this. But boom, shifts up, right? Does it retrace back and then bounce? Yeah, dude. Like yo, I was either I'm just gaining way more experience. I have a long journey, just like everybody else had a long journey. I was gonna have one, or the ones who went for 40, 50 years trading. I imagine their journey, but like you come to a point where it's like you just really see price, right? And I'm hopefully by me doing these videos and explaining and you seeing it. I mean, I'm going in extreme detail. You should be able to start seeing price too. I mean, 25 minutes. Let me be done, man. But it's scary because I was like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, this is gonna fucking sell from here. It sure enough, it did. Like the intuition. I'm right here too. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, when it was up here, I was like, watch it come down for another leg, and it did. And I was like, again, I was like, no way, bro. I was like, oh, maybe we're gonna start buying here, but now you're playing around in here. There's another raid, right? And while we were coming down, I was like, okay, bro. 1 and 1.5 is on the higher time frame than 1 hour. What are you doing, dude? You should be holding it more. Right? Telling myself that. I was like, dude, not only that, but you should really hold it for this too. Motherfucker came to it. So, again, I think it's just a massive experience, and that's why I do the videos. Is I sharpen my own tools. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm done, bro. I've said enough. I'm clowning over here, and what do I see from here? Okay, well, hey, the thing is that it's the 7th, and we were there. Like, if you look at the seasonal data, it's acting like it's already like the 10th, 11th. Okay, so that's why I was saying with the certain years, that maybe it's just happening faster, and this is hold on one second, I'm looking at it. This might be the 30 year. The 30 year is looking a lot like this, unless the 15 year still kicks in. But that means that if the 15 year was kicking in, it would sell from here. Oh shit, what happened? I don't know what that was. But the 15 year, it might sell from here. So, and I know, trust me. When I have all this understanding is, yo, what if they come down here? I'm not even worried about it. Why? Because when I'm participating in any of the moves, you have two reasons to sell from here. For one, to come down here, and two, if it wants to go. I don't know if it's going to do that or not. Okay, and then come up. This looks a little extreme because they printed this, but let me tell you something. Number one, a little too easy for me. By the way, there's an inversion right there. I meant to say that 2 videos ago. On this video on Wednesday, I meant to say when we dipped down right here, I talked about that. This inversion right here was holding that price too. I didn't mention that in that video. Just remember now. So here's the 15-year data if it's going to sell off again, right? And if they're just going to keep, again, it's too early in the month. So that's why I feel like maybe these ranges are just outlandish a little bit because we're gonna get some more shit. But I just showed you what the 15-year does from here selling. I don't see it. I don't see it really like it could come a little higher and then do this. All right, so there's that understand. I'm not looking for that. I'm bullish. So we have all this tariff money popping in and all this bullshit happening. Excuses to make new premiums. So if that's the case, if it's gonna buy, I'd like for it to just keep going up. Okay. All right. I'd like to just keep going up. If it doesn't buy from here, then maybe it'll come back down again. What's this? This is Wednesday's first imbalance. You get the 3.5 to 4. There's 2.5, 2 to 2.5 hold here, and that's really the conversation for me. So So I said either buy from here or, some shit like that. All right. And you guys take care and God bless.